The fate of the remaining trees outside Osgoode Hall will soon be decided after a court granted an injunction to an Indigenous organization this weekend, stopping Metrolinx from cutting them down for Ontario subway line work. But experts say the future doesn't look very good for these historic trees.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, we'd like them to not be cut down, right? Because we like the green space.
As unfortunate as it is, a couple trees in this particular instance, it's a necessary evil.
I have a lot of sentimental value that I attach to Osgoode, so I didn't even know about this. That's terrible. That's terrible news.
10 days ago, the Superior Court dismissed an attempt by the Law Society of Ontario and the Haudenosaunee Development Institute to extend a temporary injunction. On Friday, the HDI applied for permission to the Divisional Court to hear an appeal on that decision. However, Metrolinx contractors have already taken 5 trees down. Another 4 are in the process of being removed, and only 2 remain untouched.
I mean, Metrolinx is going to be very, very reluctant to say, okay, we'll hold off until the appeal is decided, because they've got to get everything sorted out before May 1st, when they hand over to the construction consortium that's going to start doing all the drilling underground and all that stuff. So Metrolinx is under a timeline too.
What are you doing?
Lawyers point out that not anyone can file an injunction against Metrolinx to pause work. There must be some kind of underlying legal proceeding already underway.
In my opinion, it seems like Metrolinx has done a terrible job at community consultation, because if they had properly consulted with the community, you wouldn't get all these people popping up at the last minute and saying, hey, stop. It's just been a terrible job at consultation and being transparent and all that stuff. So I think Metrolinx has kind of dug its own grave, so to speak.
Metrolinx has told CityNews that it met with community advocates more than a dozen times prior to the start of work. Experts say it is possible the court will force Metrolinx to further consult with groups or even compensate them, but they add the transit agency does have the legal authority to cut down the trees eventually.
The defense lawyer said that the train has left the station, right? And I think there is some room to agree with that, right? So at some point, I think we're just going to have to say, look, it's sad, but, you know, the land was legally expropriated. They got the permits. The government of Ontario has said, go ahead. There's really not that much we can do in the long run. We're really just buying time for these trees.
Metrolinx called the injunction yet another delay as they work to build the Ontario line. And we are expecting the decision on whether or not the panel of judges will hear the appeal sometime tomorrow, which is also when the injunction lifts. Now, if the court agrees, both sides are expected to meet in the coming days to discuss the next steps. Reporting live, Leah Johansson, City News.